Okay, and so our next game on the card is News Tower. And this one just recently came out as well. It is in early access. Now, I thought this just. Okay, so this one is in early access, and it does go for 19.99 USD. I was not aware that the game had run out of the introductory fee or sale price, but it looks like it ended on the 20th. But this is News Tower. It is an early access game. It is available on Steam for PC. There is a free to play demo for this. So if you are one of those that like to try before you buy, this one does have a free to play demo. And I would like to go ahead and thank the publisher and developer of News Tower for providing us at the dailygamepad.net with a free copy of the game to play on tonight's stream. Now, I did play the actual demo for this for Steam Next Fest. So when they offered us the code, I was more than happy to take it and play it. So I'm gonna see if it'll let me load my game. Okay, so you don't get to load your game from the demo, so keep that in mind. So you will have to start fresh if you do play this from the early access game. Also, keep in mind that this is an early access game, so what you see here may or may not be in the final version of the game. This has voiceover, if I'm not mistaken, so it's going to tell you a story here in a second. It does take a moment to load. It took a little moment to load in the demo as well. So. Oh, okay. It's been years, but I can still smell the air. It was thick with aspirations. As your father and I started our journey across the vast ocean, I thought this had voiceover, but I guess it doesn't. New York was the place to be at the turn of the century, and so that's where our dream took us. My sincere condolences for the loss of your father. I think it's time that I share the stories and photographs that formed our past. Arrival on Ellis Island. We came with a purpose, a shared dream to one day establish our own newspaper. You know, you aren't merely part of a family, you're rooted in a lineage of publishers. Ink runs through our veins. We were born to tell and, more importantly, sell our stories. And just so you all know, in about 5 minutes, there is going to be an ad break on Twitch. Because I do record these for YouTube, I'm going to go ahead and keep going through the game when the ad starts up. But again, if you are interested in News Tower, again, if you're here in chat tonight with us, you can use exclamation point GOTC. And if you are watching this on YouTube, then information for the game will be in the description box below. With our pockets light as a feather, we had to start from the bottom. We built a ramshackle newsstand and sold old others' newspapers. But paper by paper, we started to build our own story. We called our newspaper Ready, set, news. A decade later, we were hitting scoop after scoop. Our ink-stained pen became a lethal weapon, taking down corrupted politicians left and right. If you were somebody back then, you were somebody because of us. Yet life wrote some unforeseen chapters. Your father had to head back home, and I was left to lead our dream on my own. Nowadays, my stories don't seem to hit the same way. With the economy crash and debts mounting, the persistent deadline finally caught up to me. With no successor in sight, I turned to you. It's a pressing matter. It is time to pass the torch. Our legacy cannot fall prey to these foreclosure wolves. It's a sacred trust to be kept within the family. I brought you a ticket to come to New York. A taxi will await you at the terminal and take you to our Brooklyn office. While my journey now leads elsewhere, my retired secretary, Eleanor, will be there to guide you. She will have you up and pretty in no time. But brace yourself, for this city never sleeps. Best wishes, your uncle. And again, this is an early access build of the game, so again, keep in mind that the footage you are seeing here may or may not be featured in the full version of the game. So she said, "Thank you, officer, for staying here." And he said, "Have a good day." "Oh, hello there. You must be our new publisher. You seem taken aback, my dear. Perhaps your uncle didn't disclose the full story." "Sorry, I apologize for this mess. Allow me to shed light on the situation. Our newspaper has been struggling tremendously with dwindling readership and mounting debts, an unfavorable combination. Last night, one of the debt collectors paid us an unwelcome visit. It appears that your uncle has unsavory connections. To be frank, the recent financial crisis has pushed us to the brink of foreclosure. Your uncle saw no way out and sought eternal financing options. Unfortunately, his plans didn't unfold as anticipated, but his intentions were noble. You are his final hope, and it all revolves around the man depicted in the painting right above us. No, not that man. The one who was once our esteemed boss, your late father, the great publisher Antoine Van Eend. May his soul rest in peace. But no time to linger. We need a newspaper to be printed this Sunday. We've got to make every letter count and prevent this looming foreclosure. At your service, publisher. Let's meet our remaining staff. Let me introduce you to our only remaining employees, Blaznov and Dennis. Say hi. Hi. How are you doing? Blaznov is operating our telegraphy station. It's our line of communication to the world outside. That's right. As a matter of fact, I'm getting some hot news in right now. Give me a minute. Sure, Blazanov. In the meantime, I've got something to show you. This is where you come in. See the blue arrow? This shows your advancement in the week. Our goal is to get a newspaper out every Sunday. So no time to waste. I'll give you some tips along the way. Pay attention to those blue boxes. Good luck. Have a look around so you can use WASD or right to move around. Of course, zoom in is usually scroll or X and Y. Waiting for research. Almost done, boss. Bingo. Send out your first reporter. Do that. This is what we call the news board. The core of each news item lies in its story files. Every news item has at least one. Here we're dealing with an economy story. As indicated by this requirement, only reporters with an economy skill can be assigned here. So that means only Dennis can do this. As you can see, he started working on the item straight away. The story file will take 6 hours to report on. I don't know why I'm so sleepy. Jeez, oh peas. I think because it's raining outside. An economy tag was gained from this report. It's all about the story tags, as you'll see later. When the story file is completed, a report containing an economy tag is brought to your tower. It then has to be processed into a final article, then can be placed in your newspaper. Let's head back to your tower. Just click somewhere outside of the news board. Okay. Hi again. Oh, I feel bad. Those monsters really did a number on our equipment. This used to be where our typesetter worked, an essential part in the newspaper production process. Reporters would come back and deliver their reports here. Over there is where the typeset reports were assembled, getting them ready to print. Unfortunately, both of them were destroyed, and the good people working them got so scared they left. Anyway, I'm getting emotional. Let's clean this mess up and start over. Okay, then we're gonna rebuild. Now we gotta hire a person. Okay. Drag them. Okay, there we go. Time to convert this report into a typeset slug. I'm a total rookie though, so excuse me if this takes a minute. Monitor news items and production here. Here you can see the tags that you will collect when printing this item. Oh, take it too long, I can fast forward. Do Dennis again. Oh, you have to hold it. That drives me nuts. I'd rather just be able to kind of like hit it and it go. Congrats, you've produced your first article. The final step is placing it in the printer. There she is. Bertha is what we used to call her. How she served us for many editions. Getting sentimental again. All that's left now is deciding on our layout for this week. And maybe squeezing some more news. I've got to run now, but I left you some blue notes again. See you next week. Oh, almost forgot. They left you a little present in the printer. Okay. Okay, new publisher. This drives me nuts. This item isn't finished yet. Only fully produced items can be placed in your paper. Okay. See how fast we get it done. Roll the press. It's time to prepare for printing. Don't worry, you still have all the Sunday to compose your newspaper. This will automatically stop before the end of Sunday too, giving you a last chance to print everything you want. Okay. When you think it's time to print, click the start button. Print. $4,000 newspapers sold. Society lives by faith and develops by science. Economics is extremely useful as a form of employment for economists. Okay. Okay. Ironically, I'm gonna save here because I keep yawning. So what I'm gonna do is actually go back to the menu. And that was a little bit of News Tower. If you like what you saw of this, again, you can pick this one up on Steam for PC. It is in early access currently, and there is a free to play demo. Now, again, do keep in mind that if you decide to do the free to play demo, that it does not carry over into the full version of the game. So again, this is an early access game. So the footage you've seen here may or may not be in the final version of the game when it does finally release into full release. And again, I like to take the time to thank the developers and publishers of News Tower for providing us at the Daily Gamepad with a free copy of the game to play on tonight's stream.